I'm grounded for a week. It's because I went out with a guy last night and we didn't get home till like 4. Well, actually it was 5, I think. Regardless, I was supposed to be back at 2 and I wasn't because we fell asleep. I'm gonna be grounded for the 4th of July just because I fell asleep, which I can't blame my parents, I guess, but it's just annoying. I want to hang out with this boy every freaking day of my life, and now I can't. Unless I sneak. I woke up to like a million spam calls, a million texts. My parents had texted my best friend. My best friend had called the guy I was with. Like, it was just a mess. Neither of us woke up, so my parents came to the guy's house. My dad had to use a sick day because usually he has to go into work at 2:30. On to another topic though, actually there's this one commenter trying to tell me that I don't make any money from Creator Fund. They were like, you don't make enough for the set of nails. How much does your guys' nails cost? They were copy and pasting things from Google trying to tell me that I make 4 cents per 1K, but I make $1 per 1,000 views typically. And obviously that's not even anybody's business. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself in my house for a week. I'm probably gonna be depressed, like genuinely. I hate being bored. I hate like sitting in my room. I hate it. Anyways, I gotta go put my work clothes on, so.
Hey y'all, get ready with me while I tell you how my friend group of 5 went to 4 in one night. I had this wonderful friend group of 5 girls, of course, and it was just a regular hangout night not too long ago, actually, during spring break, and I had all my girls over. Until, of course there's always an until, the one girl in our group, let's call her Lily, we were as a group collectively deciding which Disney character reminded us of each. I know girls get their feelings hurt easily, and no one was like mean or anything. Like, I was Rapunzel, someone else was Belle. Like, you know, it wasn't mean. And we got to Lily. I don't even remember what they called her, but she ended up getting her feelings hurt and started like shouting and making it a bigger deal. We were doing this discussion in the kitchen, and so I looked around and there was a butter knife on the table, and I said, why don't we do a talking butter knife? So basically, if you were holding the butter knife, you could talk and nobody else could because everyone was shouting at this point. And being 100% honest, this actually worked, except for Lily. She did not want to do the talking butter. We ended up stopping the game because it got too much because of Lily, and we just went on our way. Well, anywho, a few hours had gone by, like maybe 2, and we had not seen Lily. So because I was hosting the little sleepover, I decided to go, find her and check on her because, again, she is our friend. So I looked for like 30 minutes, couldn't find her. I'm calling her name, and I'm looking in the bathrooms, and I go in my little sister's bathroom. It's completely dark, and she was sitting in front of the door in the dark of my sister's bathroom. And like, she heard me call her name and didn't respond. I practically pushed my way through this door to sit down and talk to her, and she's basically like crying, and I'm like scrolling on Shein, and I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, nothing continuously, right? And then I just leave, because if you're not gonna tell me what's wrong, there's nothing I can do for you. Okay, so I ended up going back downstairs, and then I heard her talking super loudly right close to my mom's room. At this point, it's like 3 a.m. She has to get up for work in about 2 hours, and she's sitting there talking super loudly on the phone, and I snapped. So I go to the room where she's at, right by my mom's room, and I'm like, hey, listen, you can be upset, that's totally okay, but you cannot sit here, be loud on the phone when my mom is trying to sleep after so much she does for us. She ends up refusing to move and gets louder, and I'm being calm, patient, no cussing, nothing. I wasn't being mean. I was like, listen, you really need to move. You can go to the living room, you can go to my room, you can go outside, but you need to move. And when I said she could go outside, she goes, so you're kicking me out? No. Well, at this point, she's on the phone with her mom or grandma, and she's screaming, cussing, yelling, begging to come get her to pick her up because we're ganging up on her, when I was literally just, it's giving pathological liar. Like, I tried to be nice, but you're not getting your ass up and moving, and you're going to wake my mom up, and she's gonna get mad at me. And so then I got mad, and I was like, get your ass up and go. Now, now, go. I was so mad. And she finally gets up, goes outside, sits outside, crying, cussing at her mom, like, come pick me up. And she's like, it's 3 a.m., I'm not picking you up. She's like, I don't give a shit, come pick me up. You know what I mean, right? Ends up convincing grandma and mom, I don't know, to come get her. And so we go upstairs. I was like, you're not coming back in, like, with this state of frantic manic. You're not. And I left the door open. She's sitting right there by the door, and I'm like, we'll go get your bag. It's already packed because it was the last night they were spending the night. Bring it down. We bring it. Go, right? And then she's like, calls her mom, and her mom's like, walk to the end of the driveway and we'll get you. And I was like, oh, thank the Lord. This story time doesn't even grasp how loud, rude, disrespectful, like, she was to everybody. Like, there was so much more. You had to live it. And those 4 girls, I'm sure they'll comment, like. So she starts walking to the end of the driveway, and I was like, you know, I wouldn't want to walk to the end of the driveway at 3 a.m. in the dark by myself. My driveway is super long. And so I was like, we'll walk with you. And she was like, no, go yourself. I help you. Super rude. And we were all calm and chill. No one was cussing. No one was nothing. So we're like, we're just gonna walk behind her. So she's walking, and she's like 20 feet above us. So she ends up sitting on the road of the highway by my house, even though, like, she didn't want to be by us. Like, that didn't make sense. Her sister goes and checks on her, and Lily swings on her, and her sister just backs up and walks away. I was like, you know what, fine, you can stay there. So her mom pulls up, right? Gets out of the car, and she's trying to pull up my driveway, and I'm like, you're not about to pull up my driveway and be loud and wake my mama up. So, like, she didn't end up pulling up ever fully up on my driveway. Like, I stood my ground, and she's, like, all upset, and she's talking about somehow she was going to protect her babies or whatever, and, like, you know, of course, like, I get that motherly instinct, but she wasn't getting the full story. She was just getting Lily's story. Anyway, so her mom ends up trying to get her sister to come home as well after Lily just gave us death threats, and of course she was like, no, I'm not going, I didn't do anything. Everyone's crying at this point. They're shouting, screaming, cops being threatened to be called. So overdramatic. I mean, it was all girls, so, like, anyway, Lily's uncle was there too, and so he ends up calming everyone down, which is the only time a situation a man has ever helped. I'm just kidding. I can't say that. Which is a situation a man has ever calmed down. And so basically he calms it down and gets her to leave. And she leaves, and she ends up blocking me. She blocked me. Lily blocked me on everything. One of the beautiful girls from the 4 friend group now. Anyway, bye beautiful people.
Get ready with me for a fight. So there's this girl that wants to fight me, and honestly the only reason I'm gonna go is because I don't want to seem like a scaredy cat. Let me give you all some context so you understand. Basically, this is a girl that I went to high school with, and ever since I started posting videos about me being pregnant on TikTok, she always has something negative to say. No, it's her because she literally does it from her main account. Like, she does not care. Every video she tells me that I'm a bop and that she hopes that my baby. At first I didn't really care, but then she just kept going and going, so then I blocked her. But then she started sending text messages to my actual phone number, so I blocked her number, but that didn't stop her. Now she literally DMs me every day from different accounts, and no matter how many accounts I block, she's still there. So I unblocked her phone number and I texted her. I told her that I didn't understand what her problem was with me because I literally don't talk to her. And I said that she was just super weird for messaging me like literally every day. I don't know, it's giving like obsessed vibes. Why are you so obsessed with me? Girl, I wanna know. Her response was just her talking bad about me again. She was like, well, I just have to let you know what you are. I am not a bop. I don't understand what her fascination is with that. Like, there we are, like, talking back and forth for like 20 minutes. And then she's like, honestly, are you even gonna do anything about it? And honestly, I'm like, you know what? I'm fine just blocking your accounts every time I see them. Like, I don't really want to do anything about it. Honestly, I just wanted to tell you that you were weird. And then she starts talking about how, of course, I wasn't gonna do anything about it because I'm a little bitch. And again, I'm like, the only reason I messaged you was literally just to tell you that you're weird. Like, I didn't want anything else out of this. And there she goes again talking about how I'm just scared. Like, no shit, I'm fucking scared. I don't even know how to fight. That, and I'm literally pregnant. So essentially, homegirl said to show up at this time at this location so that we could talk things out. But I don't even have a problem with her. So honestly, this whole time I have been debating whether or not I should go. Because I'm not gonna lie, homegirl is big, and if she literally sits on me, I will be flat. I will be like, I'm not dumb. I know that if I literally fight her, I'll probably show up in the hospital. But if for whatever reason I actually fight her and I win, there'll be a part 2. But that's highly unlikely because I'm fucking scared.
Get ready with me to go fight this girl I've been beefing with for the last 6 months. Honestly, I'm so mad because I just did my makeup and she's talking about she's coming right now like, Is it ever that deep? So let's really do this. Honestly, I don't care. I just want to get it over and done with because she's actually dragging it. And if you want to get beat up, that's on you because I'ma eat her up. Like, come on now. Anyways, I'm gonna take off my lashes because I'm not trying to get my lashes pulled off. I would take off my makeup, but I don't have time. She said she's legit coming here in 5 minutes, so she's talking about be outside in 5 minutes. I'm on my way. Anyway, I'm just gonna wear this hoodie because ain't nobody snatching my wig off. You got me so messed up if you think you're gonna snatch my wig off. I think I'm just gonna wear some tights as well. I'm gonna take off my lashes because, girl, why is everybody in this house so loud? But basically, this girl has been literally beefing with herself. I haven't even been saying nothing, but I'm like, girl, if you're gonna keep talking, then just come to my house. I sent her my address, and I was like, bro, just pull up. Like, what are we talking about? Should I wear my elastic band just in case? Girl, I'm not trying to get this wig snatched. Like, yeah, but she's been posting stuff on her Instagram. She's been posting stuff on Snapchat. So I'm like, bro, pull up if you have an issue. Anyways, I think she's outside. Let me go check. She's not even here yet. Alright, let me check if she's outside. Apparently she's outside.
Get ready to go watch my man fight today. We have to leave in like, what time is it? Is that right? This is his second fight. He fought back in October and today is his second fight. He won his first, so I feel like we're not as nervous as the first time, but he better kick some ass. I honestly don't even know how he does it because he had to lose so much weight within like a couple of weeks. Weighed like 170 something in the beginning of the month, or 180? No, 170. I don't know. But he dropped to literally like 154 pounds. Bitch, I'm 145. We cannot be the same size. It's so crazy to me how dedicated he is to fighting because, bitch, dropping pounds that fast, I would have died. I would have died first. He goes to the gym like 2 times a week, but has been training a lot more recently. I can't wait for this to all be over. Dude, I get scared that this is what he wants to do as his like career or his hobby, I guess. I don't know. Because it's so dangerous. Like, it's a very, very dangerous sport, but I'm gonna support him either way, whatever he wants. I have got to a couple fights with him, and honestly, it's so fun watching and just hoping that someone gets knocked out, but when it's like your man up there, obviously it's a lot different. We are dropping off the kids at my parents' house because obviously we're not gonna take them. Dude, these eyelashes are so crusty and I ran out. I just realized that someone sent me some, so I'm gonna try these. These are Virgo and see how they look. Okay, these are fine. I just need to cut them and I can't find scissors and we need to leave. Whatever you do, put this before you put your eyelashes on because then they turn freaking white. Okay, I'm just gonna keep these eyelashes because I don't have any more and we need to freaking go.
My mom pulled up to a party I was at to fight a bunch of teenagers. So I was friends with this girl. She started stealing random stuff from me. That's a whole story time of its own for another time. We eventually had a falling out. This girl was friends with this other girl. Kind of known for being a drama starter and getting into a bunch of fights. Call me a scaredy cat. I have never been a fighter. That one time when my ex tried to box me, story time in and of itself. We're nearing the end of school. I'm walking with this one girl. She's telling me about this party that she's throwing tonight. In the middle of talking about this little party, the girl's friend that was known for starting fights comes up to me. I heard you were talking crap about me. She's yelling in my face. It was really random. People are starting to form like a circle around us. This girl was like towering over me. She was way bigger than me. I look at my friend that just invited me to a party. She's watching this happen and I was like, you're not gonna help me? Drama starter, let's call her Soph. Soph goes, I'll be seeing you. Let's go. That's where I'll knock your teeth out. They're expensive. Ended up just walking away. I'm texting my mom, a friend that invited me to the party. Let's call her Regina. Her house was right down the street from mine. So I'm there and I'm anxious. And so I'm texting my mom the whole time. I was just happy to be there, bro. I sat in the corner quietly the whole time, but like you bet your bottom dollar I was posting on Snapchat that I was at a party. Guess who walks in? So I just text my mom, all her friends are here. My phone is on like 10% and I was like, oh my gosh, my mom will kill me if my phone dies. I go inside, I plug my phone in and I go back outside and I'm starting to get comfortable. Like everything's really going okay. I ran out of time before editing, but part 2 is already posted.
Get
get ready with me while I explain to you guys why you can't trust literally anybody. I feel like I just have really bad luck with friends. Also, before you guys assume this is not a hickey, I burned myself with the beach waiver. Like, I promise it's a burn. Anyway, there's this guy that I was dating. I was dating him for about 1.5 years, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less. I don't really remember. But at that time, I was also really, really close with this one girl. Also, I'm not going to name drop. I wanted to, but I'm not going to because it's really not that deep. To sum up how close we were, if someone couldn't get a hold of me, they called her. If they couldn't get a hold of her, they called me. Because we were always together. Anyways, me and him ended, and then not too much longer later, me and her just, like, fell apart. Like, nothing happened between us, like, no beef, no drama, no nothing. We just really stopped talking for a while. Recently, around the beginning of October, she slid up on one of my stories, and then we kind of just, like, caught up and started talking again. And then the bond that we had before, like, literally came back within an instant because we were so freaking close. And, like, you can't really erase that. Like, we were literal sisters. We talked every single day, hung almost every single day, but let's skip the backstory, the boring stuff, and let's get to the point. She stayed the night the day before New Year's Eve and then was at my house New Year's Eve morning. I had plans that morning, so she ended up going home just for a little bit, and then we planned on meeting back up and getting ready for this party. We were texting all day. We were so excited about the party, and then randomly she's like, oh, sorry, like, I have plans with my family. And I'm like, girl, don't even worry about it. Like, I'll just go out by myself. Family is more important. Like, of course. The party that we were going to go to together was, like, really far, so I didn't want to go without her, so I was trying to find, like, another party to go to. I ended up finding one that was really close, after everyone was posting about it, and literally everyone was there. And I was like, okay, everyone's there. I mean, I'm going by myself, but I know a lot of people. It's fine, whatever, let me just go. Because, like, I didn't want to do nothing on New Year's Eve. So I get there, I found all my people, like, I'm having a really freaking good time, and I want to say at least 45 minutes to an hour goes by, and I'm over here catching up with one of my other friends, and I'm talking about how much I miss my ex, and she goes, girl, he's downstairs with so-and-so. I start laughing. I'm like, no, she's with her family. Like, haha, good try. Thinking it was a literal joke. Like, I literally thought it was a literal joke. I go downstairs and she's sitting, like, in the corner behind the pool table on his lap in a chair. In that moment, I'm, like, really freaking confused because I'm like, she just told me that she had a family thing to go to. Like, why did she lie to me? But, like, also in that moment, my heart completely shatters because I'm like, I was just talking about how much I miss him, and my best friend is sitting on his lap right now. I wouldn't say, like, best friend. Like, I don't know what you classify as best friend, but we were getting really, really close again. And if you guys know me and you guys watch my TikToks, before any of you guys ask, no, it's not Haley or Charlie. I just haven't really hung out with either of them. Still love them so much. I see Charlie tomorrow, so y'all will probably see her too. Anyways, back to the story. She made direct eye contact with me and then hurry up and looked away and acted like she didn't even see me. He gets up and he comes over and he's like, yo, nice to see you. Talking to my other friend, talking to the other friend, talking to the dude behind us. And I'm like, he just touched my hand. Like, we're gonna get married again. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was, like, heartbroken in this moment because, like, what was that? She walks to the opposite side of the basement and goes up those flight of steps to, like, avoid us. And I'm talking to him, like, having a normal conversation. Like, obviously, like, if he's with her, I'm not gonna flirt with him, even though that was my man and my best friend. Whatever, it doesn't even matter. But I'm, like, talking to him and I'm like, oh, so, like, you and so-and-so? He was like, yeah, we've been together for, like, 2 months. You didn't know? In my mind, I'm like, that dab up meant nothing. I thought we were gonna get married. He just dabbed me up. We're gonna get married. Nope, it meant nothing. I'm just kidding. Let me stop being delusional. Anyways, back to the story. We had been friends for over 2 months. Like, been close again for over 2 months. And she never once mentioned that she was dating my ex. Yeah. One that she would tell me to leave in the beginning over and over and how he's no good for me. Anyways, fast forward. She didn't talk to me the entire party and then blocked me. Like, I texted her and I was like, hey. That's all I said was, hey. Blocked. She blocked me, and I'm not gonna go chasing after anybody. Obviously, she was no good because what was that? She could stay in 2023. That was so cringy of me to say, but she can stay in 2023 because 2024 she will not be in. It's low-key not that deep because he was my ex, but you are supposed to be my best friend. You're supposed to be my best friend. I feel so embarrassed because I had been, like, sobbing about him to her. Not sobbing, but, like, I miss him. Like, I want a bad girl. Like, we should go on a 2-man and, like, invite him, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, she's in a relationship with him. Like, I look so stupid sitting here crying about him to her when she's dating the man. Or talking to him. I don't know. He just said we have been together for over 2 months. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Oh! Like, why? Why? In my opinion, no matter what, that's a violation of girl code to, like, date your best friend's ex. Yeah. Like, at the same time, I'm not going to lose my best friend over a boy, so I wouldn't have really cared if she didn't lie to me about it and then blocked me because I texted her, hey. Anyways, guys, that's all. I love you guys. I'll see you later. I just had to rant real quick because let me tell you, that had me heated. Peace out, guys. Bye.
Ready with me while I tell you some stories about my childhood. Okay, so back in like maybe 5th grade, we were using a trap phone to like use Snapchat. It was my sister's old phone, and so we were like, if you give us the trap phone, then we'll tell you the screen time password. And a few days later, she ends up snitching on me and my older sister to my parents. All of us, but mainly just me and my older sister, got grounded for, I'm not even joking, like 2 months. Couldn't watch TV, couldn't have our phones, no iPads, no computer. My dad, when we were little, if we didn't listen, he would literally grab the hairs right here. I literally don't even have them anymore, but he would grab the hairs right here and drag us if we didn't listen or do something that he told us to do. One time my sister slammed my door. It wasn't even me, my sister slammed my door, and 10 minutes later my mom comes up and she just takes my door off completely. So I didn't have a door for like a month. When I was learning to swim, I was like 3 or 4, and my grandpa would literally like let me drown before he like picked me up and carried me out the water. I don't really know if this is normal, but I would eat dinner with my priest. Like we would have him over for dinner. Like, I don't know, but I would just remember my parents lecturing me and being like, you better be on your best behavior. Or when we were playing outside in the neighborhood, my dad, if he wanted us to come back to the house, he would just whistle and we would know it's him and we would just go running back to the house. And if we didn't, if he had to whistle twice, we'd probably get... Back in the day, like elementary school, I didn't know that the words chichis, mocos, and chonies were not English, and my parents just never wanted to tell me that, I guess. And I would go to school and I would say these words, and like people would like look at me weird. I'd be like, what? Like, your chonies are showing, and they'd be like, chonies? This one's hilarious. My abuelita and abuelito's favorite holiday was Easter, because we would all go over to their house and like run around and find Easter eggs. So when they passed, we would go to their cemetery, and it was their favorite holiday, so we would go do an Easter egg hunt at the cemetery. And I would tell my friends this, they'd be like, you went to the cemetery and did an Easter egg hunt? At the dinner table, if we weren't behaving, like if we were just even simply messing with our food or weren't using our table manners at all, we would be asked to leave the dinner table and we wouldn't eat. I just remember that happening to me because, I just would goof off a lot. Okay, that is all for my Get Ready With Me. Thank you guys for watching, and maybe I'll do more videos like this.
Me for school, but I had the craziest day at school yesterday. Just let me enjoy this trip first. So 3 crazy things happened today. There was a fight, there was a fire drill, and then my favorite teacher, she got me McDonald's, but I paid for it on my own phone. She got in trouble for bringing it to me. Let me tell you all about these 3 things that happened.
Were you in the fight?
No. Basically, first there was a fire drill.
Wait a minute.
So basically, there was a fire drill, and it's because this dude had a little paper clip, right? They were putting the paper clip in the little thingy where you plug in your computer chargers and whatever, and he'd stick it in too much where it started lighting little sparks, and then it started smelling really bad in the classroom, and then it started a little fire, so we all had to get out, and we had to write a report, but I'm glad that kind of happened because I don't like that teacher, and I didn't want to be in that class. Then there was a fight between the op.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to call her the op, but like somebody I don't like. I was so happy because she lost, and she started the fight.
Esme, how you be happy for a fight?
Somebody gave me the video. I was like,
Oh. What were they?
They were fighting about somebody talking mess about somebody else. They were like assuming, and then she was like, I'm not talking mess about you. And then she was like, yes, you were. And then they started jumping, and she started pulling her. She was like, I'm getting dragged, mom. Like, she literally dragged herself to the floor. Personally, me can never.
No, you will never.
Never lose a fight.
No, you will never fight.
No, I would never lose a fight. My favorite teacher she got me McDonald's, right? And she got in trouble, and I'm scared because I haven't seen her in a couple days.
Where is she at? You know all the other kids are gonna be
she
jealous.
said I could get McDonald's if I paid for it, and I was like, bet. And she was like, okay, just do your work. And then I did my work, and then she dropped off the McDonald's, and then the counselor was like, why do you have McDonald's? Who gave you McDonald's? And I was like, my favorite teacher. She was like, who's your favorite teacher? And I was like, da, 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 da. And then she was like, okay, my fault. She don't like y'all.
You should have not done that, girl. Now we don't even know where the teacher at. We need to go look for her.
But hopefully the teacher's back because I want to get more McDonald's. One thing, the hair's not hairing today, but hopefully there's no fire, but maybe a fight.
No. Adios.
These are all the things my best friend of 13 years did to me that made me cut her the fuck off. Also, this is your sign to stop keeping shitty people in your life just because you've known them a long time and you go way back. Because going way back means nothing if they treat you like fucking garbage. So number 1, if I liked or showed interest or even got the slightest bit of joy out of something in this world, she had to fucking hate it. And I don't mean just hate it. She had to despise it. She loved to just go on and on about how terrible she thought the things I liked were every single time that we hung out. It was so fucking weird. It wasn't like dislike, like it was passionate hate.
And I swear she would like half these things until I liked it and then she had to hate it. Another thing she would do is intentionally like reach and go out of her way to make me feel unimportant, not good enough, like etc., ugly, whatever the case scenario was, not interesting enough. Like she would just gas the living shit out of everyone around us, like all of our other friends, but make sure she never gave a single compliment to me. But when I say gas up everyone else, I mean like worship the fuck out of every single girl in the friend group except for me. I was like, girl, what did I ever do to you? And since she had that cute little era where she hated everything I liked, the only thing I ever really got from her was criticism, whether it was like about how ugly my outfit was or how stupid my style was or whatever the fuck. Like she literally wanted me to know how unimportant she thought I was. Like it was her fucking mission. And that's like a dumbass little thing girls will do if they're like jealous of you or they give you like I want to be you vibes, is they will purposefully just gas up every single person except for you, especially if they think you're like the prettiest person in the friend group or whatever. Not saying I fucking was, but definitely she thought I was because she made it her goddamn mission to make me feel unimportant. But as for the one thing we did have in common, we both always wanted to be YouTubers since we were super, super little. That solidified for me. And it eventually became my full-time job. And like immediately after my channel blew up, she tried to start her own channel, posted like 2 videos and then fucking gave up. But ever since that, she's been breaking her goddamn back trying to get me to quit. I shit you not, this girl would call me up randomly and be like, I don't think you should continue social media. Like, internet hate can get really bad. Like, out of fucking nowhere. As if I've never, like, gotten internet hate. Like, as if I don't know what it is. Or if I have, like, a really good month with views or something, she'll be like, oh, social media is so oversaturated. Like, I really think you should, like, quit or, like, find something else. And that quote they say, that's, like, the only people that will talk you out of going after your dreams are the people that already gave up on theirs, is fucking accurate. Also, genuine question, like, are you fucking dumb? Like, you think I'm gonna, like, get off the phone with you and be like, she's right, I might get hate, I have to quit? Like, what the actual fuck? I hate when dumbass people call me telling me dumbass shit. Not to mention, when I was going through one of the most toxic relationships of my entire life, like, fully being, like, traumatized, she stopped being friends with me because I wouldn't break up with him. As if it's, like, that fucking easy. And I don't know, I don't care if y'all come for me for this shit. The way I look at it is, I will be there for my friends no matter if I fucking agree with it or if I don't. I'm not afraid to tell them if they're wrong, but even if I think they made a stupid decision, I will never fucking abandon them. After I finally dumped him, obviously she came crawling back into my life, and guess what the situation was? She was in her own little toxic relationship, and I was there for her like a fucking dumbass. Where was she when I was going through mine again? Oh yeah, she fucking left me. Can't even say anything though, because that's my own dumbass fault. Honestly, the list goes on and on forever, but this is getting a little long, so let me know if you guys want a part 2. But always remember, just because you've known that they existed a little longer than the next guy, doesn't mean that they're still not a shitty person.